Welcome back to Stage Rats. Today we're doing our next spotlight interview with who?
We are doing it with Miley on Saga. How fun.
Wow! Woo! So, without further ado, let's cut to the chase. Let's let her in.
Anyways.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hi.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Je m'appelle. Nope.
I feel very honored to be here.
You know.
The pleasure's all ours. Madame kisses hand.
Milady.
Asterisk.
Here's my hat.
Enchanté, mademoiselle. And puts on fedora. Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
We have a few questions to ask you, ma'am.
All right.
Let's get right into the thick of it. I'm gonna go first.
As you should.
Yes, we are in the heat of the improv season right now. What are your thoughts? We talked to Kopi. We had an interview with Kopi earlier this year when we talked more about the big picture of improv. But what's it like to coach for an improv team in Jesters?
I coach two different teams, and it's like drastically different. My Cheyenne kids are second years, and then my Shadow Ridge kids are first years. So Shadow Ridge, it's just like my main concern is like they don't really need to go very far in playoffs. I understand that they're a very new school, so like there's people that are hunting and gunning them down. But I'm happy that they're there, and if they can come back next year, that's really all I ask for. For Cheyenne, they have a solid 4. They don't have any room to stretch around. We only have 4 kids. And I'm kind of gunning with them. They're doing really well. So since like they're still kind of new, like they're 2 years. There's no one on the team there's only one person on the team that's like been doing improv for more than 2 years. If they get past the first thing of playoffs, I will be astounded. I will be so happy, just because we haven't really had a lot of time to do. Obviously online improv is so hard. So just doing it is just like, that's just the goal for me, to get to do playoffs.
What's it like having been a player in Jesters for 4 years and having that experience? How does that impact how you coach?
Sometimes I just want to shake them and say, like, enjoy it, have fun, because it goes by so fast. And like in high school, Brent, the last thing he was like, I hope you had fun. You should make sure that your last shows are fun. And so that was always my biggest stressor. So that's the main thing I'm telling my kids, is that like, don't stress too much over improv, right? How many people are in the audience? Like not the entire world's not watching you. Have fun. Yeah. And sometimes you can't ever tell like a kid to be funnier, but it's like, oh my God, sometimes I want to punch them and be like, do more puns. Stop being so scared all the time. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah. So shifting gears a little bit into something that is, I guess it is improv to a degree. I'm going to live vicariously through you on this, but like, what's it like being a party princess? Because it's
an aspect of acting in theater we haven't gotten to touch yet on. So we are going to probe you.
I am like all ears on this. Like, tell me everything. Like, how did that come about?
Basically, I'm in like those Facebook groups. Facebook groups of like auditions. I like to peruse them. I rarely audition for stuff just because like I am so busy. But then I saw this thing of like Party Princess, and Party Princess has always been like my dream job. And I like to take advantage of the fact that Moana is a new Islander princess, and I am an Islander woman. So they were kind of looking for a Moana, and then I applied and I was accepted, and it's a really great team, Princess Parties USA, it's been the highlight of my life. It's amazing. People genuinely believe that you are Princess Jasmine and you are Snow White, and they love you so much. I have never felt such unconditional love from 5-year-olds who have no idea who I am, but yet like know everything about who I'm being. And it's like amazing because like it's like an odd outlet to sing, and like an odd outlet to do improv, because you never know what kids are gonna do. And it's like core memories. Like I think about Inside Out and I'm like, this could be some kid's core memory of having Princess Jasmine at their party.
Whoa. Yeah. And like kind of what you're saying about how it's like, you know, you don't know what they're gonna say. Has there been like any like big moment that stands out where you're like, oh, like little mishap?
Like, has a
or,
kid
like,
vomited on you? Like,
Yeah,
what are
like-
your party princess horror stories?
Absolutely.
If you have any.
Well, like obviously with COVID, I've been like super like hypochondriac about everything germs, and
Mhm.
kids are so like, I don't want to say
Absolutely.
disgusting.
So it's nasty.
They're nasty. Kids are nasty, but they're so sweet. So like I face paint when we have a part where you face paint the kids, and I always just get so worried that they're gonna sneeze on me. And the worst thing about it is that they want to grab everything. They want to touch your hair. They want to grab the books that you're playing with, and you can't yell at a kid. So you're just like, no, this is my princess mirror. We can't do that. And a lot of times, like, you know, the parents are too busy dealing with something else. So you kind of have to be like, ha, friend, we do not grab Princess Jasmine's hair. Okay. So that's probably like the worst part about it. It's just kind of like, and you never know, like, at what learning capacity a child is at. I work at a preschool now, and so all those kids are like super smart and they can read very well, but sometimes like I did a party where like the child legitimately like could not talk, and she couldn't read, and she was just kind of like a little bit behind in the track, which is fine. But it did make it a little bit harder to communicate. So that's probably the most difficult stuff. I haven't had any like horror stories or grossness. Sometimes they like are confused about which princess you are, or they're like, I don't like that princess. I asked for Cinderella. And you just be like, my friend Cinderella was busy.
Segue into our next thing. So because of COVID, a lot of performance has had to be moved online, aka stage rats. Anyways, so
Shameless plug.
please like and subscribe. Anyways, so you've started doing a lot of TikToks. What's it like being a TikToker?
I don't do a lot of TikTok, but I just recently left a company that manages like TikTokers and kind of starts trends and like influencers, like gets influencers to like dance to different songs. And it's weird to see what percentage of social media is real and what percent of it is manufactured for you. Like your For You page on TikTok is so specific to who you are. And obviously I think the three of us are on like kind of a different wavelength, because I hate to use the term like straight TikTok and alt TikTok, but us three are definitely not on straight TikTok.
Absolutely not.
But
every once in a while I will be, but then I click.
Scary place. But a lot of straight TikTok is like brand deals, and a lot of people that watch people like Charli D'Amelio and David Dobrik kind of don't realize that you're not actually watching Charli D'Amelio. You're watching Charli D'Amelio get paid by her manager to dance to a song. Yeah. And that's who you're like defending online. It's kind of an odd process. But yeah, I mean, I love making TikToks. I'm not very good at them, and also I don't think I should be a famous person, because I've said I've been a bad person in high school, so I don't want to be famous or like influence people like on that platform.
Right.
But I think it's like when you look at some people that we went to high school with, like I think Desi is a great person to make TikToks, because she's like a really great inspiration for teen moms, and I think that like Kaya is like so funny, and it's really great to see those people knowing what TikTok is like behind the scenes, to genuinely put in good work and good effort into their content.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm curious, what's that, if you could go into more detail about like the process of the behind the scenes stuff, because now I'm curious about what I'm watching.
Yeah, so obviously, like, I can't say names or anything because there is like non-disclosure agreements. But like hypothetically, a big musician, like someone would come out with a song and they want their song to blow up. They would contact a company, And they would say like, hey, I really want this song to blow up. Can you pay this amount of influencers if I give you this amount to dance to it or to make a trend? Basically, that company on the other side would kind of go through their list of repertoires and see who. This is why it's so important to put your booking management email in your bio for everything. They would find your booking management email and say like, hey, we're offering this amount for like a paid collaboration. Can you dance to this song? Or we'd say like, this is the new trend. Can you do this trend? Or it's like a lot of like higher name people, they pay the company to give them videos to do to increase their social media traction, which increases their music count. Or sometimes it's like singers that aren't very famous want to be famous, and they pay the company to give them that boost and like tell them what to make, what covers to do, and then it promotes their account. So then they're like real singers now.
I love that. That is like all the behind the scenes stuff on that is like crazy to me, because I've been looking into like a bunch of like SEO stuff and, you know, just branding and how things like are received and like the psychology behind it, and it's a whole deep dive.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Now I'm curious, before we transition, what side of TikTok are you on? Like, not just alt and straight, like, are you on frog TikTok? Are you on...
Well, as Angelina knows, I am on Trisha Paytas TikTok.
Everyone knows that.
Every time I see something, I send
TikTok, obviously, like I get all those Ben Platt singing Wicked and all those videos. I'm on cooking TikTok, don't know why. I'm on vintage TikTok a lot. I'm on like 70s TikTok. My TikTok is like so expanded. But you know what? I also get like those middle-aged moms who have like no followers, and they're lip syncing to like the single dads, and I'm like, what is
oh my god. I also keep you on Glee TikTok, I feel like.
Oh yes, I am on Glee TikTok. I think
oh my goodness.
And New Girl TikTok. I'm on sitcom TikTok. I'm just like on anything that isn't like dance trends.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Everything else looks fun.
So our last point that we wanted to get to was, you mentioned earlier that you are a teacher now. So how is that? Like, yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm hanging in there. Obviously, like it's preschoolers, so it kind of correlates very nicely with the princess party stuff. But it's like I also was really used to teaching high schoolers for improv. So, and the filter is like flipped 180, because like with high schoolers, I make a point to be like, yo, that's lit, dude, like, you know, we gotta chill out, let's focus up, man, like we gotta vibe with this. Like try to use as much slang lingo as possible, that way it's kind of easier for them to understand. But with preschoolers, it's like you gotta flip-flop that. Like I can't be saying like, yeah dude, to like a 5-year-old. I have to be like, yes friend, and they are just too smart for their own good. Like 5-year-olds are so sassy. And the ones that I teach, their vocabulary is so expanded that they will like come up to me and be like, did you know that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell? And I'm like, oh my gosh,
They're learning through the memes.
Oh my gosh.
They're gonna get to Deidre, and they're already gonna know. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, that's so true. Kids nowadays know everything from memes. No, but they're so smart, they're so sassy, and with that sassiness comes like you gotta watch out for them, because they are gonna like come up behind you and sting you in the butt.
I have a weird boomer question. Do they have phones? Because I didn't get a phone till like 8th grade.
Yeah,
and now I see little kids at the park, and they're on their little tablets.
The iPad kids.
Yeah.
Toddlers.
That's what I was just thinking. I don't think they have phones, but I bet that most of them have to be iPad kids.
Yeah.
But obviously you can't bring that stuff to school, but they say stuff. And I'm like, there's no way that you didn't watch a video to find that out. Like you have to have like a TikTok or something. Like, how do you know that meme?
Are they like little School of Rock kids?
Honestly, yeah. They are kind of like little School of Rock kids.
Because that's the vibe I get.
That is the perfect way to describe them.
But now we're moving into some of our staple questions.
Take it away, Marlith.
So Miley, I'm gonna ask two questions right now that kind of go hand in hand. What is your favorite role you've ever played, and what is your dream role?
My favorite role that I've ever played, gosh, it's weird because I think there's a difference between I really like playing this role because it was really fun versus like when I look back on this role, I killed it. I think like I didn't really enjoy my time being Patsy and being Augustus, but when I look back on those two roles, I'm like, damn, I killed it. And my favorite role I've probably done was probably the Crucible, Abigail. Probably because it was very cathartic for me. It was extremely cathartic. I was not doing great things in high school, and it transferred very nicely, very over to the Crucible, and it was a good gateway for everything.
What is your dream role, Miss?
Yeah.
My dream role? When I was little, it was Eponine from Les Mis. But I've since grown, and you can't only listen to Les Mis so many times. I guess I really like Sally from Cabaret. That's really spoken to me. Natalie from Next to Normal is like also something that like really hits home. You know what? Eurydice from Hadestown lately has been like my jam. Maybe it's because like, I don't know, whenever a Filipino plays someone, I'm like gravitate to it. But it's really like just an amazing score.
And to bring it home with the stupidest question we have, but it's the most important, I think. What is your favorite rehearsal snack?
You know what? Not to get dark, I was semi-anorexic all throughout high school. So I did not eat any of the all-day rehearsals. I didn't eat. So I'd like probably at the time like celery. Now I like to do almonds. Because the Target lady, she's like, I need more protein. I need half an almond. And that just really spoke to me.
Maddie's almonds during Wonka kind of hit.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
100%. But like, yeah, nuts and raisins, things like that.
Well,
wow, it's so right.
This interview has been nuts, to say the least. There you go. I know. I got
More
it.
puns.
Please, Miley, tell us where the people can find you and love and appreciate you as much as we do.
I'm on Instagram at MileyOnSaga. I am on TikTok at rum.ham. I am on Twitter at MileyOnSaga. If Princess Parties USA, you can check out my princess work. I'm also joining a murder mystery theater thing. So I shall be posting more about that. And hopefully in summer of 2021, if it continues, you shall see me as Wednesday Addams. So also look out for that.
Right. This has been so much fun. Thank you so much for being our spotlight. We adore you.
Especially for Women's History Month. Yeah.
Yes. Women.
Women.
See you all later. See you in
Goodbye.
the future.